Here goes. This is a very spur of the moment thing. I'm going to narrate the Everesting, a video report. So this spot down here, Luke, and then later Luke's dad and my wife parked down here. Nice spot, no parking signs. Down here at the bottom of Smire Road. So it's very shaded. Just a few houses on the whole stretch of road here at the bottom. Nice shade. And the mall, Brookwood Mall, sits down there. So this climbs back up behind Brookwood Mall. So yeah, so we started down there. And coming up, just saw a couple people climbing up. Talks to the popularity of this climb. It is just so scenic, so unusual. Everything's so populated around here, but this is a pretty rural, scenic climb right in the middle of everything. Nice little water there. This road was built to handle a lot of water, which it gets. We do get a lot of rain, and it all drains down in here. This road can handle it. That being said, there is a section up here that did wash out a number of years ago, and there was discussion about whether it would even be rebuilt. There's discussion about that. Turn it into a private road just for these two houses or something. But it is also an access to that office down there at the bottom. So the powers that be decided to rebuild the road, and we Everested it 7 years later. Here's the washed out section. So this whole section, I rode it a couple times when it was washed out. It's just the right half of the road. It was pretty much gone, if I remember correctly, or it was unstable. I remember some sections were dropped off. It looked like it was gonna fall off any second. So you just rode up the other side. But that was the repair. Very nice road. This was the only part of the climb where my wheels, my tires were pretty loud. I don't know if you can hear them right now. But also, you can hear the big air handler. 87 reps, 87 laps. We heard this. It was middle of the night. It was the only sound. We had so many people join us that day. It's awesome. Come out and ride a few laps with us. Meryl and Roxanne, they did a ton of laps. I don't know how many they ended up doing, like 40 miles worth. But besides me and Luke, Greg's dad did the most. He did a half Everesting. So I guess it was a little bit more than that, so it was probably divide 87 by 2. 48. Add 1, 49. Oh wait, that's 98. So 43. 44. 44. I bet he did 44 laps. That's the Brookwood Metroplex off to the hospital. I just came from that way. This, we're crossing over from Homewood into Mountain Brook. So yeah, this climb, we're pretty sure, even though it's only 1.4 miles long, pretty sure this climb goes through 3 cities. Starts out in Homewood, and then crosses over into Mountain Brook just for this section of Cherokee, I think. And as soon as we make the right, we're in Vestavia. At least somewhere. The top is definitely Vestavia. So I don't know where the transition is. Probably some county in here too, unincorporated county. That always fascinated me on my commute home from work, which this was on before they put the gate in at the bottom. I come through here almost every day. Now it's a little bit of pain to, this is a pain to get over here. I've got other routes that I prefer now, but it is such a scenic climb. This next section is where you really get to some switchbacks. So back in 2005, when I was first using this route, for this climb. This neighborhood, I think to the right, was brand new, and this next house, this next super steep driveway didn't exist. It's all woods. And then it's probably approaching 10 years ago now, they built this house. And I remember thinking, man, I want to ride that driveway. It's a good, hey, I mean, mid-20s, maybe 30% up there in that switchback. Might be 30% in that switchback. Yeah, I bet it is. But definitely mid-20s, probably average grade. Whereas we just plod along down here at 6%. I love this section, the nice little switchbacks. Reminds me of some climbs in South Carolina, Beasley Gap, off of Highway 178, down into the Eastatoe Valley. There's a section here that I always think of that climb. That's a much bigger climb, descent, but man, it does look similar. And that's the interesting thing about Smire. It is what you make of it. You can go up this thing crazy easy, just super easy if you're tired, or you can go up this thing at 20 miles an hour and put out max effort, max heart rate. We were towards the easy side, even from the very beginning. When I broke my collarbone, I walked home from work, and they had just built this thing, this little access to the power line when they were working on the power line. So I wanted to see if anything went through. So I walked through there and then ended up here on Smire. The car back. Come on, buddy, you can do it. And I don't think he's gonna pass. Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, they trimmed this. Nice, nice work. Anyway, that's 280 down there, Highway 280. There's a church there on the corner, and they've got a nice little walking path that goes into the cut, the power line cut. And I was messing around back there and see where it went. And it's a cool little view of up, and it really shows that that road is sloped up right there. It feels like this is I call this the flat section. The flat section of the climb, but it's not flat, and you can see the slope from down below. But compared to everything else, this is the flatter section. Drops down to only like maybe, there might be a section at 3% before it kicks right back up. And here you go, here's the switchback view. It's hard to get a picture of. I feel like it was more scenic at one point, which makes me wonder about that telephone pole, if that got replaced. I wonder if that was Will Seitz going for the downhill KOM. I couldn't tell. It didn't look like him, but maybe. Tall, skinny, so it could have been. It didn't quite look like him. But that was fast. Yeah, that could have been Will. Nice. Man, I hope he gets to KOM. I can say I was there. Nice. So I have the KOM on the climb. Certainly couldn't touch my time. My time's from 8 years ago. Did it during the Strava shootout. Now this, we learned during the climb. Talked to somebody who knew a little bit more of the history of this place. It was an old well. And I knew there were steps here. I knew that there were steps, and I've gone down in there just to see what was in there, but I didn't realize it was a well. You certainly can't tell that from what's left. It's all filled in. Yeah, I guess there was a well down there at some point. But anyway, yeah, one day I noticed, after climbing this thing so many years, I noticed that it was just a cool little area, and I was in a picture-taking mood. And you have to get off the road to realize that those are actually steps. And so, yeah, there's steps that go down in there. Anyway, I love this. This tree right here is a beautiful tree in the fall. And it's the sole survivor of the Hurricane Ivan landslide. So there was a landslide right there in 2004. Actually, while I was interviewing at Sanford for the job there, was visiting my family, and Hurricane Ivan came through all the way from the coast. It was still a tropical storm when it came through here and dumped tons of rain. I don't know, 8, 9, 10 inches of rain over a very short period of time. And so that was one of the washouts right there. And it had this road closed for a long time, like, I don't know, a month or two. This was, I mean, relatively long. It might have been longer, I don't know. But anyway, that tree, all the debris around it, and that tree just standing strong right there. Its days are numbered though. It's a little bit precarious there. Man, I wonder if it'll fall in my lifetime. Be interesting. Interesting sort of benchmark, measuring time. Anyway, this was the top of our segment. We turned around here. And yes, the true Everesting, which this was, the original spirit of the Everesting is to go to the top of the climb. But we had very good reasons to do the more popular segment. This is the most popular segment, to do your repeats here. But this road, which you can see has brand new pavement, was graded, and we would have had to make a left, 2 lefts to get back onto the climb or the descent. It just did not feel safe. So I'll go ahead and take you the rest of the way up, which is not very far. But yeah, you would hop out on that road normally. I'm not gonna do that while I'm videoing. Car, lots of cars. And then you make this right. Now when I got the KOM on the segment we did Everest, I also got the KOM on the longer one. This goes up to here. Only by a few seconds. And one of the places I got those seconds was that turn right there, I'm pretty sure. I took that turn at like 21 miles an hour, sharp 90. And I just remember commenting on the video, and I even remember now to this day that I just hit that turn well. And was able to hold on to the top for the KOM. So, with that, almost to the top. I think my video was 14 minutes long when I narrated it after getting the KOM, because I came back down to narrate it after I got the KOM. And this is gonna be a little bit quicker than that because, you know, I haven't been going hard. Anyway, roll around here. Beautiful view of, we've been getting one shot right here. You can see Sanford and Brookwood, where my son was born. Yeah, there's a spot here where you can see where I was born, where my son was born, where I work. All of it right here. Salt in my eyes. Yeah, this is the spot. I was born back there. The hospital on the side of the mountain. Way back behind the road now, right behind the road, right behind the church steeple. And then come around here. Here, there's a storm. We're supposed to get rain, I think, starting tomorrow. So they're getting rain over there already. Yeah, it's so lush right now, you can't really see. Too much vegetation. Got back through behind the church here. Friday afternoon. Oh man. Like the gate may have swung shut. I don't think they have service on Friday afternoon. Yeah, I bet this just swung shut. Alright, let's see if it's closed on the other side. If it's closed on the other side, then I probably shouldn't come through here, but I'm 99% sure that it's gonna be open. Like always, yep, it is open. So that just got blown shut. Alright. Yeah. Go out here. Nice view of Birmingham. Yeah. So that complex in the front is Brookwood Hospital, where my son was born. And then behind it, on the side of the hill, the Homewood ridgeline is Sanford. And then that's Red Mountain, the far ridgeline with the Vulcan, that statue in the middle. Vulcan right there. That's the Red Mountain Expressway, the cut to the right. Where I just rode, oh yeah, that's kind of fun. Where I just rode was up past the Vulcan from Sanford. So I rode, oh yeah, oh that'd be cool to have like a visualization. I've dreamed of doing that, and I do have the technology to do it, I just do have the time to do it. Overlay a map showing my route just now. But I went out the back of Sanford, crossed over that ridge, dropped down to that ridge, worked my way through Homewood, and then up climbed right by the base of the Vulcan there. Went through downtown Birmingham, and then looped back around, and then came to the right of the cut. So I went under the interstate or highway, and then up the Cahaba climb, which is over here a little ways, and then down. Saw a group, looked like a bob's ride, maybe a Friday afternoon bob's ride, down, heading the other way, going out Old Leeds Road probably. But I'm heading home, and that was the moment that I had the idea to do this. So I'm gonna take a picture. Right, and that's it.